This morning, the Spokane Arena is continuing its setup in preparation of the mass vaccination site. Today, I'll detail who is eligible to receive their first shot this week.
Light snow may cause slick roads in your morning commute. We're getting a check of road conditions and talking our next storm on the way.
The Tacoma police officer who drove through a crowd Saturday night is now under investigation as city leaders discuss what they want to see happen next.
He also willfully made statements that in context encouraged and foreseeably resulted in lawless action at the Capitol.
The second impeachment of President Donald Trump is now in the hands of the Senate. This morning, how the process moves forward.
Up with KREM starts right now with Jen York, Joshua Robinson, Jeremy Legoo, and Dana Marie McNichol.
Coming up now on 6 a.m., welcome to Up with KREM on our Tuesday morning. Washington hit a benchmark in the fight against coronavirus. Washington state has now administered more than 500,000 total vaccine doses, and that equals out to more than 14,000 doses per day just in the past week. And this morning, Joshua Robinson will be live from the Spokane Arena to give you continued coverage of what you can expect at a new mass vaccination site right here in Spokane. Nicole Hernandez is also on the streets this morning, getting a first look at the road conditions as we do have snow on the ground. And first, though, we do want to check in with meteorologist Jeremy Legoo with what we can expect outside. Hi, Jeremy.
Hello and good morning. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, everyone watching from back at home. And Jen is right. We are waking up to another light coating of snow early on this morning. It fell for a brief period of time, but it is enough to coat some of those roads with even more snow. You add it to the packed snow from yesterday on those side streets. It's another snowy one as you head out the door. Those arterials are even covered at the current moment. And with temperatures in the 20s early on today, we are looking at that snow sticking around for your morning commute. Unfortunately, that is going to be the case for the next few hours, and with another little light band starting to work its way toward us, it's likely you see even more of those light flurries that do actually amount to something with our cool temperatures and the snow we currently have on the ground. Those break up, move out. Later today we see sun. Tomorrow morning it's another round of snow. We'll be talking about that once again as we wake up 24 hours from now. That snow lasts right through the morning commute, and forecast models are suggesting there might be another push of moisture. But for now, let's focus on that snow. Snow this morning, later today, it's temps in the mid to low 30s. But right now, we gotta go outside because Nicole Hernandez is standing out there giving us the latest on some of those roads. Nicole, is that a snowball?
I tried to make a snowball, Jeremy. It's not very packable, kind of, I guess. It's kind of working, but hey, we've got some fresh powder on the ground this morning, and as fun as it is to play with, it really is causing some troubles on the roads this morning. So you're going to want to really be careful out there. Again, even though we told you this yesterday, we got a little bit more covering of snow on the road. So check it out. You can see look very similar to just how they looked yesterday morning. A lot of that powder on the ground not melting because of how cold it is. So even though we've got cars driving over, it's still sticking to the ground, causing those slick, slippery driving conditions that we all hate to drive in, of course. The good news is some of your bigger roads, the freeway, of course, are looking a little bit better. Just more of a moisture issue there on those roads as the morning continues. But all of these side roads and some of the smaller arterials are going to give you trouble throughout the day. The cold weather is making so none of this melts. It's just sticking on the ground. And of course, we also got that fresh snow. So you can see that car driving by right there has some snow on their actual hood of their car and on their windshield. So you're going to want to wake up and get ready to do that as well. You're going to want to wipe off that windshield of snow and give yourself the time to do all of that so you can drive slow and be careful. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
All right, Nicole, thank you. 6:03 now, and final preparations are underway this morning at the Spokane Arena. Right now, it's transforming into a mass COVID-19 vaccination clinic. Now, that is set to open tomorrow. And right now, the National Guard is setting up inside the arena and working out a plan to manage traffic. Well, this morning, Joshua Robinson is joining us live at the arena. So, Joshua, what else is expected today before doors open?
Well, Jen, good morning. We want to let you know we've got plenty of new information for you this morning, but we want to start with one reminder for you that you must, in order to come to the Spokane Arena and get a vaccination, it requires an appointment first and foremost. Now, you can sign up on the Chaz website once it goes live tomorrow morning, and we did ask Chaz Health what accommodations patients can expect once they get inside. A spokesperson did confirm with us that there is going to be seating available at every stage in the vaccine process once you go inside of the arena. That includes a waiting area before the vaccination and seating for observation afterwards. Now, drive-through COVID-19 testing will also continue here in the arena parking lot at the same time as vaccinations. Spokane Regional Health District confirmed yesterday that it received the first shipment of 3,000 Moderna vaccines for the site. Now, we do want to issue a correction this morning for information that was given out on the Spokane Arena mass vaccination site. That vaccination clinic in Spokane is only for Tier 1 of Phase 1. That means people 65 and older or people who are 50 and older and live in a multi-generational household. The other tiers in Phase 1B are not eligible right now, but will be at a later time. To reiterate, only people 65 and older or people who are 50 and older and live in a multi-generational household are eligible for the vaccine at the Spokane Arena mass vaccination site as of right now. But thousands of seniors across the Northwest are trying to figure out when they'll get their vaccine. And while they wait for the Spokane Arena to open up tomorrow, many people are saying they're excited to finally be eligible. It is a step closer, they say, to getting back into somewhat of a normal routine.
The hardest thing is not being able to just go do things. No people really were allowed in to visit. My wife had to be there in case she had to make a decision whether I'm going to make it or not.
Now, anyone who plans on using this arena clinic should plan on confirming their eligibility through Washington's Phase Finder tool. And then the next step will be confirming your appointment. Now, along with the mass vaccination site here at the Spokane Arena, there are 3 other sites throughout Washington state. Here's a look at where those are located. One at the Benton County Fairgrounds in Kennewick. Another will open at the Town Toyota Center in Wenatchee. And the third is at the Clark County Fairground in Ridgefield. And the Washington National Guard will be there to assist local agencies in getting all of these sites open. In Spokane, Chaz is also working along with the Guard with the Spokane Regional Health District. And the State Department of Health announced yesterday that it hopes to deliver enough vaccines to provide 500 vaccinations per day at each of the 4 sites. The state has also listed information on all of the sites on the Department of Health website. We're going to give you a bit of a difference between the other sites and the one here in Spokane. All of the other sites have the Pfizer vaccine, while Spokane has the Moderna vaccine. Spokane is also the only site that will be open 7 days a week, but it is opening a day after each of the other sites. The other sites also have a 1-800 phone number for patients to call and register for their appointments to accommodate those who don't have internet. But right now, Spokane only has the Chaz website to make appointment registration. Now, if you have plans to travel outside of the U.S., we want to let you know that there are also new restrictions in place this morning. Starting today, anyone 2 and older must show proof of a negative COVID-19 test to enter the U.S. This new CDC rule applies to citizens and international arrivals as well. Even people who have had both doses of the coronavirus vaccine must take this test. The test time frame is no more than 3 days before your flight to the U.S. Now, we have told you before about the new, more transmissible variant of the COVID-19 virus that was confirmed in our state over the weekend. So experts say it has several mutations that make it easier for the virus to actually lock onto the human cell. And that's more important than ever, meaning to take more precautions as we move forward. So let's take a listen.
We need to quadruple down on all the things that many of us have been saying for almost a year now. We need to quadruple down on those things to reduce our inhaled dose.
Now, Dr. Richard Corsi is an internationally recognized expert on the airborne transmission of viruses. He says you should consider wearing 2 masks and even cutting back on your essential trips, including going to the grocery store. Meanwhile, Moderna says it's also developing a booster shot to protect against newly emerging variants of the virus. The company says studies show its existing vaccine is effective against what is being known as the UK variant. But while it's also effective against the strain discovered in South Africa, it does seem to be less protective. Of course, later this morning, I will be interviewing a representative with Chaz Health about the vaccine site. We're going to bring more of your questions to them. And then later tonight, KREM 2 is expecting to see the inside of the site to get a tour later this evening. And tomorrow on Up with KREM, we're going to have full coverage for you just hours before the vaccination site opens up here at the Spokane Arena. Now, if you'd like more information, not only on the vaccine process here in Spokane, but vaccinations throughout the state and in Idaho, all you have to do is text the word vaccine to 509-448-2000. We'll get you the latest information. You can also check out KREM.com and our KREM 2 mobile app. But for now, reporting live at the Spokane Arena, Joshua Robinson, KREM 2 News. Back to you.
Well, after the break, this dad and daughter duo made most of their time in quarantine. Now, how they recently went viral.
And we're going to take another look outside, talk about snow this morning and more of it on the way. I'm telling you, it's an active week of weather.